I think it's really important to start to make some things in the technical, in this thing of install the and prepare the environment to make some things, technical things on top of Cardano. We have to start with that. So in this session, I'm gonna show some things about how to start to make some installations and some technicalities around install things. It's a standard procedure. It's not. It's a process that every person in Cardano trying to make technical developments have made. So let's start. It's really easy. All start with install links. So in my case is the most difficult case because I have a Windows machine, and Windows machine is not very popular in the ecosystem. By general, the machines are Linux, and that's the standard case. My case, Windows, and for the Linux machines, there are many information and many participants in the ecosystem have all the context around the Linux machines and how we can make the installations and this environment preparation. There are many information, so it's really easy. In my case, as a Windows machine owner, is a little bit difficult, but not too much, because it's really weird have a Linux machine for development, but we have sufficient information to make the installations. Okay, my case. This is my case. My case is a Windows machine. So if I have a Windows machine really new, and I have only this Windows environment, I have to start installing WSL. WSL is a partition, a Linux partition for Windows. So I go to my browser, and simply I write WSL install. WSL2 install, because currently we are in the second version. I have here this kind of instructions, this list of instructions, this list of instructions for the sessions, for today's sessions. First is install. We are in this moment we are in the installation of Linux. It's the first and most. It's the first step in the preparation of the environment. First, I have to search in Google in your browser how to install WSL2. So I search, I choose here the information direct from Microsoft. Here, all is I can read all of this, and simply all is reduced to a simple command. This WSL line install. That's all the command to install WSL in a Windows machine. But if I see here that command is not sufficient, I have to execute WSL line install line D and the name on the distribution. It's a kind of just a question of you search the information in your browser and you start to read about. And finally, you find that all you have to do is copy and paste this command. Okay. So I go to my I open a command line. Okay, in the command line, I copy this command. And paste, and that's all. I already installed the USL in my machine. So what my machine are going to do is update my installation. And just what I have to do is let the machine make the subsequent installation. All the things on all this development process on Cardano functions based on Linux, not in other operational system. Only Linux. Okay, let's wait a minute. Next step is open. It's open my WSL partition, my WSL environment. But if you have a Linux machine, the execution of the commands is direct, so you don't have to make any other thing different to open your command line and start to execute the commands necessary to install Nix in this case. Okay, that's what occurs when you install in your Windows machine. Is if you have a Windows machine, that's all. This is exactly the situation. So you wait the minutes necessary to request for the machine to make the installation patiently. Okay, this is the process now. This is the process. You have to start to make some installations. Usually, this process is the first task, the first task that you have to execute as a developers. If you want to develop on Cardano, you have to make the installation. The previous session 2 weeks ago, I said to you, it's time to start to make to see some things about it. Okay, I have an issue on the part of installing Nix with WSL. The problem is when I install Nix with WSL, there is a crew connection timeout problem, even though my internet connection is good and uses a LAN network. How do we fix? Okay, how do I fix it? Can I not use Cabal as an alternative? Okay, the use of Cabal is after the installation of Nix. Installation of Nix. A crew connection. You have to try my recommendation, because it's my recommendation, is the recommendation of other people that have passed for this several times, me included. I had passed for this process multiple, the sufficient times to say you have to repeat the process. You have to try again. You have to uninstall all the, if you have problems with NICs or with the installation of WSL, you have to try to uninstall WSL and reinstall again, and reinstall Ubuntu, uninstall Ubuntu or your distribution, and reinstall again. Try this thing and try and make if maybe the things are better. But that's the recommendation in general. Try again, uninstall and reinstall. And in some time in this routine, the things start to function with normality. That's my experience. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna close this because I already have WSL in my machine. I open again my command line, and when I finish the installation, I simply execute the command WSL and the machine, and this is the signal that you have installed your WSL in your Windows machine correctly. Okay. Okay, in this point, no matter if you have, in this point, I have a Linux machine. That's simple. I have in the same conditions as my other colleagues and my other students. Everything in the ecosystem, I have in the same conditions as a Windows machine owner. I have in this moment a Linux machine with this partition WSL. That's the idea. Now, let's start with the installation of NICs. This is a list of commands you have to execute in this order. But I repeat, this is only an option. If you research in other places, for example, if you go to the Gimbalabs Discord, you can find many options and many kinds of executions of this procedure, this process, and with time you can find that there are common activities and common commands and common things in general. So this process is not too different for others. Okay, this is my list of activities. So I have to execute this command to install curl. I think you are talking about Gorda. I think and I pronounce your name well. You are talking here about curl. So I have to install initially. I have to install curl. Okay, my password. I had already installed curl, so the machine is updating all the curl. I'm showing here the installation that you in your time and make in your own machine. You have to try to make this installation. Okay. Next, I have to install Vim. simply I copy this command and paste here. Let's move this here. Okay, next. I'm gonna install Git. So copy this command and paste here. Okay, next. I have the, and next, this is the installation, this is the command for the installation of Nix via single user. There are two ways to install Nix. In general, we install Nix via single user using this command. Copy and paste. But I already installed the okay, let's do it. This is the behavior of the machine. The machine makes this kind of process. If you, as my machine has already installed all the environment, is quick in general. But if you are not installed these things, you are not installed in your machine this kind of these executions, that can take a little bit more, but that's no problem. Okay, got it. Okay, my pleasure. Okay, I have installed in this point Nix. It's really simple, and in this case, it was very quick because I had already installed Nix in my machine. But in your machine, if you don't have installed Nix, that takes a little bit more time. Okay, so next I have to test. No. Okay, I have here my list. The next step is close my terminal, Windows, and reopen. Okay, close here and reopen a new terminal. Okay, this is my Windows machine. So every time I open a command line, I have to execute WSL, the command WSL, and that's it. Next, my list. I have to execute this command with the name, with my username. This is my username, this Pavon, to reset the environment variables. Okay, copy. I extract all these commands from other document. I copy and paste commands from other document of other people, and that's our job. Copying from other people, copying obviously the good things of other people. That's our job as developers in general. It's not only from this task. In every task as developers, we have to try to copy all the good things of the others. That's not a problem. Okay, I'm gonna refresh my variables. Go here, I go here, and if this, sorry. Note this, that I have here a point and a space. Point, space, and this backslash. Then enter. Okay, that's all. Next, cdconf. I have to search a folder named config, point config. That point indicates that is hiding, is hide from the other, for the user in general. It's not visible to the user. So I copy this and paste. Okay, that's a problem because okay, don't recognize because it's because I update my installation, so it's not understanding some things. Okay, now going to root. Okay, excellent. This is excellent because I have to make some things again. Okay, this list says I have to search and enter to the folder name config. Ah, okay, that's it. I have making some mistake surely. Okay, cd cd space point config, and I'm in the folder config. Next, I have to create a Nix, a folder name Nix. I think I already have this folder Nix, but you have to create that folder. Next, you enter to Nix, to the folder Nix, cd Nix, right? And I have to create this folder nix.conf, because this folder nix.conf has this. The importance of this folder is let's see what has inside. Nix.conf has this this block of data. This data indicates the direction of the binaries. Binaries is a thing that makes more easy the installation of the Nix, because if you don't have this if you don't have this file, and if in this file you don't have this command, this block of data, this block of text, the installation of Nix later will take too much time, hours, days. But with these binaries, with this indication, it's like an indications to certain libraries, certain modules made by IOHK. They configure that libraries and that modules to make more easy the installation of Nix in this case. Of this file nix.conf. That's the reason why in my list I have first create the nix.conf file, and next and how to create that folder. that file, excuse me. Simply you copy and you paste. But I have that okay, that sudo. Okay. Okay. And in your case, when you make this, that's occurs the same, but with the difference that appears completely empty, So the next is you take all this block, copy the block, and paste in starting with and paste the block starting in the first step, in the first place here. You simply copy and paste the block, and then use here in my list, hit escape after you pay the block, escape, and then this WQ. Okay, I already have that, so okay. ESC and WQ, and that's all. There is my Nix.conf. I can see what is inside. This commit CAD is the other command that permits see what it's inside of the file, and that's the block. Okay. Next, in this point, I'm going to test if my Nix is installed correctly. Copy this Nix line and line version, copy and paste, and voila, we have here Nixm and the version of the Nix. That indicates that the Nix is correctly installed. Okay, that's the first part. This is the first station, the first stage of the journey of all developers on Cardano. If you want to develop on Cardano, this is your first stage, the installation of Nix. Next. Okay, we have already in our machines no matter if your machine is Windows or Linux or whatever, a Mac, you in this point you have installed your Nix. So let's start to use it. And how we are going to use Nix? We are gonna start cloning the repositories necessary to work on the Cardano's blockchain. And how can you do this? Okay. I'm here. My list says CD to go back to the root. Okay, you have to go back to the root. The root is your home folder, your home place. I have a few folders in which I had working. Okay. CD to go back to the root. Next, git clone. Git clone, HTTPS, GitHub clone, input output, HK Plutus apps. These Plutus apps is a repository that we want to clone. To clone the correct Plutus app repo. Okay, let's see this for a moment. I can close this because we already do that. Okay, this is the Plutus apps repository. In this repository is based all the work the most fundamental work on Cardano. This repository, the repository Plutus apps permits make all the contacts and all the executions on the blockchain. We have here all the documentation. These type of repositories are updated constantly. Okay, and you have to clone in your you have to have in your machine a copy of that repository. And how can you do that? Simply git with the command git clone https all of this, copy and paste. But I already have that Plutus apps. This here, Plutus apps. Okay, no problem at all. Okay, copy and paste. Plutus apps already exist and is not okay. Already exist because after the execution of that command, the system creates this folder. CD Plutus apps ls, and I have here the whole structure of folders and commands and files to work on Plutus in general. Okay, next. We are going to clone in this point other repository. The repository this is not a general repository. All the developers in general have to execute this command because all the developers have to clone the repository. But this repository is our repository. It's a particular repository for us because we are gonna base our work in this Plutus PPBL or in this exercise with Gimbalabs. We are basing our sessions in the Gimbalabs work. So Gimbalabs give us this repository to learn how to develop on Cardano. So we have to clone the repository of Gimbalabs in this case. If, for example, we were based our study on the famous Plutus Pioneers program, for example. So we should use the repository of the Plutus Pioneers program. But as we are working on the Plutus PPBL of Gimbalabs, we have to use the repository of Gimbalabs. So the same thing, git clone. Okay. If we go here, we can see all the program of the Plutus of all of the Plutus PPBL program. We have here a series of projects that goes from the most simple to the most complex. But the good thing about this is in the way you advance from project to project, you gain the skills and the abilities and the knowledge necessary to execute that project. Of course, in this moment, for example, we can't execute this project 301 faucet because We don't have the practice and the skills necessary to do that. But we can start with this project, Project 01, and next we continue with the 02. And if we execute in this order all these projects, we can execute. We can execute with all the skills necessary. We can get the skills necessary to execute this project 301 faucet. It's part of, it's part of the process. That's the process of Gimbalabs. Okay. But for that be possible, you have to install your environment. You have to do these things. All the students, all the people have made this thing. All the people have passed for this stage of for the installation of the environment. Okay, where is this is my list. Git clone. I'm gonna clone the Plutus PPBL repository, copy, and I have to exit from this Plutus apps because I can't install. I can clone the Gimbalabs repository inside of these Plutus apps. Okay, ls for list of my archives of my folders, and if you see here, I have the Plutus PPBL. I have here. I already have the repository. In our case, I'm gonna to copy and paste again. I'm gonna execute again the command, no matter if I already have the repository. Okay, and copy and paste. Okay, destination fatal, destination already exists, of course, because I already have the Plutus PPBL. I already have the repository. Okay, and you can see here, I have the whole projects in general. Okay, see, that's good. I'm in the root again. Next, CD. I have to enter to the Plutus apps repository. I'm inside. I have to Plutus app to move Plutus app repo. You just clone. Next, the next command is git checkout. This git checkout, you don't have to know in this moment what is the git checkout. What's the relation? What is the meaning of this git checkout? The important thing is you have to copy this. You have to copy this command and you have to paste it here and end. Okay. Head is now and excellent. That's that's good. If I have to say something about this, git checkout this. I have to establish Plutus apps. That's the reason why I'm executing this git checkout inside the Plutus. We should have some way to connect our repository, the general repository Plutus apps, with our Plutus PPBL repository. That little has to be connected in some way with this big repository named Plutus apps. So this git checkout and this git 2022-04-06 is the checkout corresponding to this Plutus PBL, the Plutus PBL. So when I execute this command, I gain the connection between the Plutus apps and my Plutus PBL repository. Okay, next. Final step, I'm going to execute Nix shell. Copy. Okay. Nix shell. Sorry, Nix shell. And I hope that in this moment, this step takes just not too much time, because I already have installed in my machine Nix shell. But in your machine, if it's your first time, that process will take more time, maybe half an hour, maybe an hour max. But if when you make the installation of Nix and you execute Nix shell, after you pass for all these, you execute all of these steps, and you arrive to this step when you have to execute Nix shell. And the warning here is, if that Nix shell installation takes more than max 1 hour, something is wrong. Something in your installation, in our installation, is wrong. And you have to re-evaluate again the installation. And what is re-evaluate installation? The most common is start again. Mainly, you have to revise this step, the creation of the Nix conf and the copy paste of this command. Maybe this command is bad. Maybe we could copy paste the block. We could make some mistake copy pasting the block. Regularly, this is the error, because when you have this Nix, this process of installing Nix, and that takes 1 hour, 2 hours, you let the machine working all night, and you wake up and the next day and the machine continues to make this thing of reading things. The most possible reason is the Nix, the system in general, is not finding the binaries. In other words, the system in general is not following these instructions in the right way. So we have to install, to revise, to review all our installation from the beginning, and contemplate uninstall and reinstall again, one another time. That's the common procedure, and it's not weird. It's not rare to us, like as developers. It's not weird. It's part of the process. Okay, sorry for interrupting, Sebastian. I want to leave some meeting because I want to, of course. Okay, bye-bye. Take care. Okay, that's the reason. But don't worry, there is no a real problem. You just want to, you just, in this point, if you have problems with that, you have to request help. That's simple. And how to request help? I'm going to tell you in a moment. So, Mr. What happening here? Okay, this is really good mistake, really good error. Currently, we have in the past we don't have this. We just execute Nix shell, and that was all. The installation was easy. But currently, the execution of Nix shell is making this error. Error: experimental Nix futures flex is disabled. They give us the solution: use line extra line experimental line futures flex to override. Okay, the system is telling me use this part with your Nix shell. That's the solution. So Nix shell, copy, paste, space, copy here, and paste with my right click of my mouse, and enter. Okay, again, the process is start. Okay, all normal. I repeat, this is my case. The case in which I have a Windows machine and I have to install WSL to work on Cardano. It's the most complicated case, but at the same time is common because the cases in which people has Windows machine instead Linux machine are there are many people in the same situation. So we have documentation, we have experiences, we have material to research and find our solutions. So if your installation, let's pay attention to the time. The time in this case was a question of a minute. In your case, when you install Nix shell with this addition, line extra experimental, that will take a half an hour, maybe less, maybe more, an hour max. But if 2 hours later the installation, your machine has not finished the installation, you have to stop the installation with Control-C. Control-C and review your installation from the beginning. Don't worry, that's a pain in the arse in a beginning, but this problem has a solution. I swear, has a solution. And how you find the solution if you enter in this kind of problems? Okay, the sign for a good installation is these brackets with Nix, line shell, Plutus apps. That's the proof that your installation is correct. So you can continue with the next step. But in this moment, for this session, we are gonna only do until this point. If you have some problem, okay, you will know you are successful if you can see an Nix command line. Nix shell, project 01. Okay. I have here Plutus apps, but that's not a problem. In this case, I have success because I have here I have this configuration, this line in this way. If I go outside of this notice of this folder, notice that I have here is the navigation is equal. Is equal than after you execute before you execute the Nix shell. Okay, I can enter with the Nix running. I can enter to every folder in my machine. There is no problem. Okay, if I can enter here to this at the Plutus PBL repository, and I can enter here to this folder. Sorry, CD. Okay, ls, and I have here all my files corresponding to the project 01. It's a really cool project, really easy, but you need the environment installed in your machine. And okay, Nix shell, PPBL, course 02, project 01, exactly as this say that I have to have this line. Okay, I have been successful. Key points for finish this section. Key points first, tinkering. Tinkering is the key. You have to start, and if you fall in some problem, you have to try again. You have to start again your process. So it's really simple. Tinkering, you go to this Gimbalabs Discord. This is the link, the invitations, the link to the Gimbalabs Discord. In the Gimbalabs Discord, we have a whole section dedicated to this Plutus PBL. Gimbalabs, here, I start here, playground, Plutus PBL. And in this section, you can find all the information about, this is James Dunsey, co-founder. You can find here all kind of information of the whole program in general. And obviously you have to go to the beginning to find the first information, the first stages of the program, because the first stages were about the installation of Nix, installation of the environment in general. So this is a really rich section in which you can find all kind of information, and it's really valuable because you don't gonna stop in this. I can assure you, you don't gonna stop in this you don't gonna stop in this step. You in some way, in your way, and with the help with resources like Gimbalabs, for example, you are gonna have success installing your environment, and you are gonna start to execute your first project, project 01. So if you have problems, you simply, one of the things you can do is go to the Gimbalabs Discord. In the Gimbalabs Discord, we have here the Plutus PBL section. And also, you can post here your problems. You have to provide details about the problems with your installation. And for example, this is Curtis Myers. Curtis Myers is one of the tutors. Lucas is other. We have here students like Dagwell, for example. Okay, let's good. Dagwell, for example, Dagwell is a current student of the PBL, and he's in the he already is in the advanced projects. So he has some experience with this all this process of the installation of the environment. Gabri is otro, is other Dagwell, Gabri, Justin, Gabri, Hare Krishna, Justin. They are all students, and there is some we can find in the Discord in the Gimbalabs server a mix of tutors and students. And if you post here your problem with an image or with the more detail, with the code, with the details about the problem, all these people are gonna help you. That's the function of the Discord. Other resource is the Gimbalabs PBL. I hope you already are enrolled in the PBL, because in the PBL, okay, go to the course. Because in the PBL you can find not only information about installation. This is the PBL. Those are the first sections. Here we have the installation of NICs. In this section, the installation of NICs. And this is a module, the first module is dedicated to the installation of the environment. So you can find here all the information about how to install NICs in this case in relation to the kind of machine you have. For example, like we have here documents about installations. You have to read this and find the case that fits to your machine. Here we have other documents. Here we have the videos and the lessons. If necessary, how to set up a Linux virtual machine if you need it. Install NICs. This is the lesson dedicated to the installation of NICs. And from this point, you can go to you can follow the other all the process. That's the idea. Follow the process step by step of how to set up your environment. Setting up variant caches. This is other tutor, and he explains how to set up this file nix.conf and copy paste this section, this block, and then this goes until this point. Next, start Plutus apps. That's what we did in a few minutes ago. Simply the repositories, the cloning of the repositories, and the Plutus apps, git checkout, Plutus apps, enter in Plutus apps directory, run nix shell. And don't forget nix shell, line, and that line extra experimental features. The idea is, my friends, the idea is go to the resources, go to the Discord, and go to the Plutus PBL and follow the instructions. The key to learn all of this is follow the instructions. And don't worry, many people, many students are in your same situation. So many people can have your same problems. Go to the resources and review the review documentation, identify your case, and start doing some things. Start doing something. Start doing something. That's the key. Second, keep on thinking. Keep on thinking. Continue trying things. Continue going to the Discord, to the Gimbalabs server, and request support. Continue going to the Plutus PBL and post here you can post here. This is Bernard. Post here your necessities. Here. Here, okay, we have here many sections, discussion sections, in which you can put and request help. Okay, these are the sections. As a student, you can post some. Okay, here we are. You can post here your problems, your troubles with all these things. If you're stuck, don't worry. Go to the Gimbalabs Discord of Plutus PBL and ask for collaboration, specifying the details of your problems, and go forward. You are not the only one in this stage. You are not alone. That's the message. You are not alone with this, but you have to start with the installation. Okay, that's for that. That's not all. First is the installation of needs. Next, you have to install other things. You have to execute other things, as for example, as Gorgia says in this text, Cabal. You have to deal with Cabal and some things of Cabal, but the first stage is installation of needs. From this point, you gain some confidence and some strong. You make more strong in the process. Okay. Questions? If you don't have questions in this moment, don't worry. You can post your questions and your doubts in these sections. No problem at all. Okay, the next important thing is you're gonna see. I'm insisting in show what's the difference between a user, common user, and a developer. How a user can see things, and how a developer see things. Those are different positions, really different positions. But the difference, or the space that difference the user and the developers is not too long. You need a basic understanding, a basic foundational knowledge about certain technical things, and you are in the other side, in the side of the technical story of Cardano. The most common operation is send tokens. And send tokens, as a user, you can send tokens with your wallet. Okay, I'm gonna close this, close this, close this, close this. Okay. I'm gonna close my command line because I don't need it anymore for the moment. Okay, we're gonna enter to my wallet, my eternal wallet. And in my Eternal wallet, I'm in PreProd wallet, in my PreProd network. I go to this wallet, Sebastian Montec. I hear in the part of, this is a general presentation. It's it's very common. Okay, I have here a token list. I have here some tokens from in major part tokens sent by colleagues from Gimbalabs. Some colleagues send me 49 preprod miscellaneous tokens. Other colleague, I think that's the same colleague, sent me 7 Chili tokens. That's really fun, really funny. And this is a PPBL Summer 2022. It's a unique token. That token is sent to the students that complete some projects. When you complete some kind of, I think the project 02 or project 03, one of the 03 projects, you, Gimbalabs send you this PPBL, this token PPBL that permits you, gain you access to some other things, on some other learnings, and some other things in the process. So that will be your gift when you complete some projects. And don't worry, you will complete these projects because you are gonna find some interest, some personal interest in this process, learning process. Okay, I want to send using only my wallet, using this interface, and only as a user, I want to send some pre-prod miscellaneous tokens to my students in this case. Please send me in the chat, send me some addresses, test addresses to try the excellent. Okay, send me more, please. Don't forget, have to be test address with this termination ADDR test one. Okay, I have here my my Eternal wallet. I'm gonna send tokens. Send tokens. It's really easy. I have here. Okay. I'm gonna copy this address, the man and Q. Thanks. Paste. Okay, here I have funds. I have to send some funds because I think I mentioned this in the past sessions. You can't send anything to the blockchain without ADAS. If in this case I want to send to my student, I have to send these tokens. These tokens, I have to wrap this token with some test ADAS because it's a protocol. It's the protocol. You can send any to the blockchain without some kind of ADAS. some minimum amount of ADAs. Okay, I have another one here. Okay, excellent. A token. First, I have to add some token ADAs, because if I don't do that, I can't send any. Here I have my tokens, because I click here, tokens, okay, tokens. I want to send here. I have send 3 add, okay. I'm gonna send some chilies also. This is my chili token. But I have a few, so I'm gonna just a few. Okay, excellent. So we have to assist, including the transaction. Next. Okay, pay attention to that. I'm sending 2 test ADAs, T preprod miscellaneous, and 1 chili. From where I'm taking those 2 ADAs, 3 miscellaneous tokens, and this chili. I'm taking these tokens and this money from a general balance that I have in my account, this big balance that we call UTXO. No matter about UTXO. The question is, I have a huge balance, a huge portion, a huge chunk of my funds, my test ADAs and my tokens. I have all of this packaged in a bubble, in a chunk. Let's see. I'm taking from this big UTXO, this package. I'm taking 2 ADAs. I'm taking 3 preprods, and I'm taking 1 chili from those 7 chilis. And I have to explain with we have to understand clearly this. The fundamental particle in blockchain is the transaction. The transaction. Transaction is the water, the water, the sun, the foundational particle. All function in based on transactions. On transactions. And all transactions have 2 pieces, 2 basic pieces. Inputs, and outputs. And all inputs and the inputs and outputs are equal, are in balance. Are in balance. All that enters basically go out to the transaction. But this is the foundational particle of blockchain, the transactions. So in this case, I have 1 input, 1 UTXO, okay. But the idea is one input, and I have 2 outputs. One, this is 1, and this is 2. And when I take in account what is entering and what is going out to the transaction, all is the same. All is in balance, because I have here 49 miscellaneous tokens, and I have here 3 miscellaneous tokens that I send into Mang, and I have here 46 that is returning. The system, the blockchain is returning me that 46 preprod, because I just want to send only 3. not the 49. 46 plus 40 plus 3 are plus 3 are 49. That's the balance. 7 chilis. I just want to send 1 chili. And the blockchain returns me the six, the other 6 chilis. So, and only 2 test ADAs, and this with this UTXO, with this output, the blockchain returns me the rest of my money. That's the idea. Okay. Sign. I already built my transaction, but now I have to sign the transaction because I have to authorize the transaction. So I have to sign the transaction, and how I sign my transactions with my signing password. Sorry. Copy with my transaction signing password. Being a user, I do this. I take my password and sign the transaction. Being a user, only a user, without technical knowledge about how blockchain works. Okay, this transaction is pending. I have here my list of pending transactions. I have here the 2 ADAs, test ADAs, the 3 pre-pros, miscellaneous tokens, and 1 chili. I want to confirm. Okay. Okay. The transaction was authorized. Can you confirm if you receive if you receive the tokens? I'm gonna copy this here because I accomplish my promises. So I'm gonna paste this here, and I'm gonna copy this and paste this, and later I'm gonna send you what I promise you. Don't worry. No, for the moment, I received the tokens. Thank you, excellent. No, Jan, I'm gonna send you, after we finish, I'm gonna send you to both of you and all the people that send me your test address. I'm gonna send later the tokens. Don't worry. I accomplished my promises. That was from the user perspective. How is a little bit like a technical person, not a little bit user, but a little bit technical. We have here other way to send Ethereum. This Ethereum wallet offers us other way to send tokens, or send in general to move value. Send, I want to send, but no, in this case, in this case, I'm not gonna send through this option send, but through this option TX builder. I'm gonna build my transaction. This is a little technical, but requires a little of technical knowledge. So you can send your funds or your values as a common user, or you can send your values as a little bit techie person. How you can do that? Okay, click again text builder. And text builder, I'm gonna add some message. It's not obligatory, but I want to send some message because as we see we saw in the previous in the past session, in the past session we are talking about metadata. So the metadata, the quality through which we can add some message to our transaction. Those messages are not in the blockchain, but those messages are linked in some way to the transaction. Not they are not attached to the blockchain, but they are connected in some way to the transaction. Because every transaction in the blockchain is unique. There is no two equal transactions in the blockchain. All are different. Enter message. Hi, my dear friends and students. Please make the configuration of the no. So I have to choose. My message is please make the configuration of the environment. Okay, this is my message. Please make the configuration of the environment. Save. And you can notice here that this is my metadata. This is my message. And imagine the implications with, for example, a little store in some place in the globe. A little store that can make use from this quality in its transactions, based used this quality of add messages to the transactions. And the transactions, as you know, are you have to pay 0.18 ADAs for a fee per fee in fee. So a transaction for 0.18 is a transaction of a really low cost. So the implications are huge in general. Okay, this is my metadata. Okay, I want to build my transaction. Build. Okay, input. Excuse me. Excuse me, minute, BTX. Sorry. Okay, send text builder a message. Motivation and by save. Okay. What's happening here? I have a doubt here. Okay. I forget the procedure. Okay, let me see this for a moment. Okay. Okay. No, I don't find. Sorry. I don't find it. I'm going to. I'm forget the procedure. I think you need to specify the inputs and output. Yes. But I'm, okay, I'm gonna refresh my mind about this because I forget. Excuse me for that, but I'm going to proceed with this part. But it's really important. This is a pure thing. How to send tokens not with your wallet, not with wallets, but with your Cardano CLI. That's really important. In the next class, if I I don't get remember what is the process, I'm gonna give you that information in the next session. Okay, send tokens with Cardano CLI. That's other part in the configuration of the environment. And first, you have to do the next shell part. Okay. First, I have to run my node. If if I want to run my node, I have to be, I should to install my node. That's for other session. Okay, I open my, again, command line. Again, this is a Windows machine, so I have to execute WSL. Okay, excellent. First step is run my Cardano node. I have to open the script that execute that. Also for this part, this Cardano CLI and Cardano node thing, we have many options. This what I'm gonna show you is just an option. Many people make the same things in many different ways. For example, in this case, I'm gonna run my node through using a script made by a very iconic guys in the ecosystem. Those guys are I have here this. The Guild Tools guys, those are brilliant guys. They made some kind of, they make technical tools and technical things. And one of those things are scripts that allows to run some complicated things. One of those things is the Cardano the Cardano node. They made really easy this thing of run a node in Cardano. It's a process. It's a process of installation of certain files and certain scripts. No problem. That's not your problem. That's not your problem in this moment. Your problem is the installation of the next step. Okay, I'm gonna run my node. Copy. In this moment, I'm opening the folder in which I have placed my script, the script that runs my node. Don't worry, you don't have to understand in this moment all this, but believe me, if I could, if I understand, you could also. You can understand this. If I can, you can. That's definitive. Other file, CD scripts, this is file. If I execute an ls here, I can see here many, few of scripts. sh is point sh is a script. I'm interested in this moment in a specific script. This is the cnode point sh that makes all the work to run the node. Copy and paste and point sh. Sorry. Okay. Copy and paste again. And you have here a script making all the work, doing all the work that I don't have to make. The script is in charge of running all the nodes. Okay, next, the important thing here is don't close. You don't have to. You shouldn't. Don't close this terminal. You just minimize, and that's all. And you open a new command line, because now we are going to use the Cardano CLI. The only way that you can use the Cardano CLI is running a node. And by running a node, you have to install your own node, your local node in your machine. That is also easy. It's not too complex. It's really easy. Okay, I'm gonna open a new terminal. I'm gonna execute WSL again. I'm gonna next open a command line, WSL, okay. I'm gonna, this is, you don't have to understand in this moment what is this, but part of my routine is copy this line. I have to, because if I don't do that, I can't work with the CLI, with the node. I have to copy that line and paste it and execute it in the node. This line is a path. A path. This is the path to this file named node 0.socket. It's the socket. This is the path. This is the path to the socket. The socket is the connection between your local machine and the Cardano node. If I'm wrong, please, you can correct me. I have no problem with the mistakes. But this is my lecture. The node is the connection between my local machine and this baby named node, Cardano node. If I don't, every day, if I don't copy and paste this line, I can't get the connection between the node, this in the background, and my machine. Once I paste this that line, I'm ready. I'm ready to work. Okay. Next, don't forget, our goal is send tokens with Cardano CLI. 4.2, use Cardano CLI. Open a new command line, export this line. Okay, we are ready. I want to send tokens to, for example, I have here, I have here, Armand, you will be the next. I'm gonna paste this address because I want to send to this address to one of my students a few tokens. As you can see in all the sessions, I have and it's not only my methodology, it's the methodology of other people. They have in one side apart a document in which they configure all the variables and all the information. In that way, when you go to your terminal, you just have to copy and paste. That's the procedure. Okay, this is my address, my original address. The receive address, I'm gonna clean this and paste this. Okay. Okay, my address is this. This is my received the received address. I have to select. The UTXOs or the inputs in which I have the tokens that I want to send, and how I do that in the Cardano CLI. Okay, sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, está en pause. Sí, pause. Okay, excellent. Okay, Cardano CLI. Cardano CLI. I need with this command query UTXOs. Don't worry about the learning of these commands in this moment. You are gonna learn it with the days. Thanks. Line dash test net magic 1 line address is the address that I want to know what balances or values have inside is this, my address. Por eso I have here, okay, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna No matter this, no matter, I'm gonna paste this, my address. In this way, I don't have to write one and other time, once and again. All of this, just I invoke this this variable, and that's all. The Cardano CLI recognize that address, my address, with this variable. So, okay, no. Okay, again. Cardano CLI query. I want to make a query to the blockchain. I want to know the UTXOs in this address. Sorry. Address. What address? This $sign. The variable is my address. My address. Okay. Line. Again, line. Test, because the blockchain, the Cardano CLI needs to know in what type of network I'm working in this moment. I'm working in the testnet. If when I work in the mainnet with real money and real tokens, and just write mainnet, and that's all. But I'm not in the mainnet. I'm in the test. And magic one. Of course. Oh, that's that real the cool thing about the Cardano CLI. The Cardano CLI signal what is the error when you have an error. My error in this case is this backslash. So the CLI helps me to identify where is my error. Okay. Those are all my UTX. Those my address is my address, my wallet, and in my wallet I have, because I'm working in the past. I had worked in the past with all of this for many exercises in many projects, a few projects, not many, a few, only a few. Initially, when I open my account, when I open my address, I have a huge, only one UTXO, or only one input, a big input. But with the time, sending some money, test money to other people, and receiving money and value and tokens and NFTs to other people, my initial big chunk is broke in many other little pieces. I have here yet this big chunk of money, test money, and little pieces of money. But initially, I have only one, this, with 10,000 acres. Or that 100 million of Loveless. Okay, those are all my UTXO, or all my inputs in this moment. I can, for build transactions, I can use everyone, all of this, what I choose. But in this case, for this occasion, I want to send tokens. For example, this UTXO, this input, has only Loveless. Doesn't have tokens. This has not only Loveless, has also a token, but it's only one, and it's my PPBL summer 2022 token, so I can send you, sorry. Well, also this has only money, but this from here has not only money, a little amount of money, because a little amount of money is necessary to send anything in the blockchain. But the most important value in this UTXO, in this input for use in a transaction is this UTXO has 22 tokens of one kind and 25 for other kind. So I'm gonna use this this input called UTXO. This input, don't worry about that. Okay, copy and UTXO with tokens. So I'm gonna paste here. And don't forget that you have to 22, 25. You have to add also this TXIN. And how you add this TXIN? Here, number two. Great. This, the complete UTXO, or the complete denomination of the input. Now, I need money. I need money because when I send something in the blockchain, the blockchain requests me some amount, a minimum amount of money to add to the tokens that I want to send, and also I have to pay fees. So I have a UTXO or an input that covers all those costs. So I think that this, and pay attention to this, you can use a UTXO that has not only money, that has tokens. You can use, for example, you can use this UTXO because it has money and tokens. And that's you in this case, for pay for the costs, you have to use only a UTXO with money, no more. I'm gonna use okay, 5, it's fine. This, I'm gonna use this input with 5 ADAs is sufficient. Remember, 1 ADA is equal to 1 million Loveless. It's a standard conversion. Copy, don't forget, is TXIN is 0. UTXO with money, of course. It's the same. Of course, it's the same. Because why it's the same? You can notice here that it's the same number. It's the same number. Because these UTXOs, these pieces of UTXOs were part of the same transaction. We can see, we can say here that, for example, we don't in a transaction, we don't have only a unique output. We have many outputs. Only output, etc., many outputs. In this case, you have here 2 outputs that made part of the same transaction, but with different with different 5550 with different TXIN. That's what make the difference between one and another. 0. Sure, excellent. Kareman, we are minus. Okay, we're gonna finish in 7 minutes. Thanks. 7 minutes. Thanks. Okay. Let's make this quick. So my address, PX1, PX2, receive address, and sender payment key. Okay. This is the file that contains my signing key. I'm here, so I'm gonna clear this. I go to the root. In the root, I execute an ls. I have here. Yes, session 2, session 3, okay. This is the session 3. Okay, I have in this folder, I have 2 files: protocol, the JSON, and my payment key. Okay, I'm gonna take all this information previously. I'm gonna copy. No problem. I can copy all this again. Copy and paste. Okay, no problem. Next, I already have the configuration of my transaction. 3 stages. 1, transaction build, transaction sign, build, sign, and submit. I have to make this here some annotations. Receive address. Okay. Pay attention here. In this section, okay, here. In this section, I have to modify. I have to send. This is my TXIN, my 2 TXINs. One contains the tokens, the other contains the money to pay the costs. And I want my TX outs are, this is a minimum amount, no problem for that. I want to send 3 tokens, 3 of this. This is the identification, the ID of the token that I want to send. I want to send not 25. I want to send only 3. I copy the denomination, the ID, and paste here. Okay, 3 of this token I want to send to this receive address, the address of my student. I want other output to. The case is I just want to send only 3. Only 3, and I want the blockchain return me the 22, the other 22. So I tell to the blockchain, please return me to my address, return me the other 22. You can see here the numbers. These both are the same. But I need the blockchain return me not only those 22, I need to return me also these 22 because I don't want to send, I want to send only these 3 from this, for of this kind of token. Okay. Okay, I'm request the blockchain, please send me back my 22 from the other and the 22 that result after the sending of the 3. And the change address, please send me the my change, my money to my address. I use this protocol JSON, and the system, the blockchain, generates this file. Copy here. Sorry. Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, here again, copy. Okay, estimate transaction. Okay, no problem at all with the building of the transaction. Next, we are gonna sign the transaction. I have to be in this case, I have to be inside of the folder where I have the protocol.json and the payment scheme. Okay, no problem, sign the transaction, and finally, I'm gonna submit the transaction to the blockchain. Copy, paste, that's all. I have here my node. My node says I add this transaction to the mempool, and in some point it says, okay, I remove the transaction. That meaning that indicates that the transaction was successful. And in this moment, finally, we are finished here. If I request again a list of my UTXOs, I can see here that I have 22. Before I had 25. In the moment I have 22, and I have 22. My original 22 from the first kind of tokens. And Jan can check in his wallet that he has in the moment three miscellaneous, I think. Oh, no, there's not 3 miscellaneous, some 3 words. One, this is a token with the name hello. All of this means hello. No, only this part means hello, and this part, only this part means world, because that was an exercise with hello world in the tokens world. And that's all for the moment. I sorry for this part of the lesson. I'm confused again, but I'm gonna check it. I show you later this how that is made. Okay.
Awesome.
That's all.
Thank you, Sebastian. Really appreciate the session. And no worries. Forgetting is only human.
Only human. And the mistakes are beautiful. You can't forget that.
That's true. That's true. We only learn from our mistakes.
That's it. That's the way. That's the way. The only way.
Awesome. Just a reminder to Mas Arman, Mas Sony, and also Andy. But this session is not only just to learn about Plutus, but this session is also to identify future educators for Gimbalabs. This session is so you are also familiar with the Gimbalabs syllabus and the way Gimbalabs teaches their students. From these sessions, we will use these as proof of concept, where we then ask the community to also continue our funding. Please also take note to Andy, Arman, and Sonny that indeed there are efforts underway to contact, I cannot say yet, a pool, I will just say a pool of students for you to teach in Indonesian. When everything is set in stone, I will share with everybody. But for now, that is the session today. And I would like to thank you for your spirit in want to learn and to and understand that this session is also to educate future developers, because developers in East Asia is very limited, and you are the foundations of that. So again, thank you for your efforts. Thank you, Sebastian, for your time, and happy weekend, everybody. Stay safe.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mas Arman. Bye-bye, Andy. Sumimasen, Shinji-san. I will close the session. Bye-bye.